You see one message light up your phone and your whole nervous system flips. Heart pounding, cheeks warm, thoughts scattered. You just replayed a 2-second hallway glance 40 times. If a crush can hijack a fully grown adult this fast, something real is happening under the hood. Here is the strange part. A crush does not feel like a choice. It feels like a condition that happened to you. And that is closer to the truth than most people think, because a crush is not really an emotion. It is a chemical state your brain is running in the background. Think about how people describe it. I am obsessed. I feel sick. I cannot eat, I cannot focus, I cannot sleep. Those are not romantic exaggerations. Those are symptoms. A crush can look a lot like a mild fever mixed with a mild addiction, and today we are going to see exactly why. The feverish, obsessed quality comes from your brain flooding its reward and stress systems at the same time. It is treating this one person as something urgent, important, and slightly out of reach all at once. To understand it, we need to meet 4 chemicals. The first one is the star of the whole show. First up is dopamine, and here is the most common myth about it. People think dopamine is the pleasure chemical, the feeling of getting what you want. It is not. Dopamine is the wanting chemical. It is the drive to chase, to seek, to keep going after something you predict will feel good. When you have a crush, thinking about that person triggers a dopamine release. Your brain tags them as a reward worth pursuing. So you seek them out. You check if they replied. You find reasons to walk past their desk. Every little hit of contact confirms the reward and reinforces the loop. This is the same basic reward loop that keeps us checking social media or pulling a slot machine handle. Seek, get a hit, want more. A crush is your reward system locking onto a human being instead of a screen. That is why it can feel compulsive, almost like something you cannot switch off. The second chemical is norepinephrine, and this is the racing heart. It is closely related to adrenaline. When you are around your crush, or even just expecting to see them, your body pushes into a mild fight or flight state. Heart rate up, palms sweaty, senses sharp, stomach doing that flip. There is a reason this feels so intense. Your body cannot always tell the difference between excitement and fear. The physical signals overlap. So the nervousness of a crush and the thrill of a crush are running on the same hardware, which is why butterflies feel a little bit like anxiety. It also explains why you remember every tiny detail of the moment. That heightened arousal sharpens memory. The exact words they said, what they were wearing, the song playing in the background. Your brain flagged that moment as important and burned it in with extra detail. The third chemical is a surprising one, because it moves in the opposite direction. Serotonin, which is tied to feeling stable and calm, tends to drop during an intense early crush. And that drop is not a small thing. It is one of the biggest reasons a crush can feel like it is taking over your mind. Lower serotonin is linked to intrusive, repetitive thoughts. And that is exactly what a crush feels like. You are trying to work, and their name pops up. You are brushing your teeth, and you are replaying a conversation. You did not invite these thoughts. They just keep looping on their own. This is why researchers have long compared the mental state of early infatuation to obsessive thinking. Your brain keeps circling one person because the chemistry that normally keeps your thoughts balanced has quietly dialed down. It is not a flaw in you. It is the crush doing what crushes do. The fourth chemical is oxytocin, sometimes called the bonding chemical. This one shows up more with closeness. A long hug, deep eye contact, sharing something personal, physical touch. Oxytocin is what starts turning raw attraction into a sense of connection and trust. Here is how the 4 work together. Dopamine makes you chase. Norepinephrine makes it feel urgent and alive. Low serotonin keeps them stuck in your head. And oxytocin, once you actually get close, starts to glue the bond. That cocktail is the entire feeling we call a crush. Now here is a piece most people miss. What supercharges all of this is not certainty. It is uncertainty. Novelty and not knowing where you stand act like fuel on the fire, and this is one of the most important ideas in the whole science of attraction. Remember, dopamine is about prediction. Your reward system fires hardest not when a reward is guaranteed, but when it is possible but unsure. Did they like me back? Maybe. That maybe is the most addictive word in the whole experience, because your brain keeps chasing an answer it cannot pin down. This is why the mysterious, hard-to-read person often feels more intense than the kind, available one. It is not that they are better. It is that the uncertainty keeps your dopamine system guessing and firing. Mixed signals can feel like passion, when really they are just an unresolved question. So that is how a crush ignites. But if this chemistry is so powerful, why do crushes fade? Why does the person who once made your heart pound eventually become just someone you know? The answer is a simple, almost unfair brain feature called habituation. Habituation means your brain stops reacting strongly to things that stay the same. The first bite of your favorite food is amazing. The 10th is just fine. Your nervous system is built to notice change and novelty, and to quietly tune out whatever becomes familiar and predictable. A crush runs largely on novelty and uncertainty. So once someone becomes familiar, once the mystery is solved and the reward is predictable, the dopamine surge naturally cools. The fever breaks. This is not a sign that something went wrong. It is the expected arc of that first intense chemistry. And that leads us to the twist, the single most useful thing in this entire video. We have a myth in our culture called the spark. The idea that if the early feeling is intense enough, it means this person is the one. That myth quietly wrecks a lot of relationships. Here is the problem. The spark is mostly measuring uncertainty and novelty, not compatibility. A wild, obsessive crush often means your dopamine system is chasing an unresolved question. That intensity can be strongest with people who are unpredictable, unavailable, or a genuinely poor fit for you. Compatibility is quieter. It is feeling calm and yourself around someone. It is shared values, easy honesty, and being able to relax rather than obsess. That does not always come with fireworks on day one. Sometimes the healthiest connection feels less like a fever and more like coming home. If this way of looking at your own mind is clicking, this is exactly what this channel is for. We take the messy, human things you feel every day and show you the psychology running underneath, so you can understand yourself instead of just being swept along. If that is you, subscribe and stay with us. So what do you actually do with all this? First, name it. When a crush hits, remind yourself this is a chemical state, not a verdict on your future. Just labeling it as dopamine and norepinephrine can loosen its grip a little and give you back some clarity. Second, do not confuse intensity with rightness. If a crush feels overwhelming and chaotic, ask whether that is chemistry or just uncertainty. Give it time. Let the fever settle before you make big decisions, because the version of them your brain is chasing may not be the real one. Third, watch for the calm signal. When you meet someone and feel steady, honest, and at ease, do not dismiss it as boring just because there are no fireworks. That calm is often the ground real, lasting connection is built on. Fireworks fade. A steady foundation does not. None of this means you should kill the magic. Crushes are one of the most vivid experiences a human brain can have, and there is real joy in them. The goal is not to stop feeling it. The goal is to feel it fully while knowing what it is, so it guides you instead of running you. Now, if this whole story felt familiar, it might be because you saw the short version first. Earlier today we posted a quick one called 3 Things Your Brain Does When You Have a Crush. That short was the 3-second spark. This video was the full fire underneath it. So if you caught yourself nodding at the racing heart, the intrusive thoughts, and the obsession, now you know the exact chemistry behind all 3. The short shows you what happens. This one shows you why, and what to actually do about it. Next episode we go somewhere a little darker. Why do so many of us fall hardest for the people who are worst for us? We are breaking down the psychology of the anxious attachment loop, why uncertainty can feel like love, and how to finally break the pattern. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss it. Before you go, tell me in the comments. Have you ever mistaken a spark for the real thing, or the other way around? Your stories genuinely shape which episodes we make next. Thanks for watching. This has been 3 Second Psychology, and I will see you in the next one. If you want to catch tomorrow's episode first, hit subscribe and join the 3 Second Psychology crew.